Okay. So, hi everybody. So, I'm going to show you guys today kind of my gear when I'm traveling. I'm going now out of winter, going into the jungle. And well, let's start. First, when you're traveling, you have to learn from each trip how to let go, how to let go of things you don't need, because you learn every time you go on a journey. So normally, after years of journeying, or after years of traveling, you should be traveling lighter and lighter. You can also go the opposite route, travel heavier, but you'll notice that it's much easier to walk long distance. It's easier to get around. It's cheaper if you just travel lighter. So let's start. First, why do I travel light? Because I don't want to spend money on unnecessary things, such as flight tickets. Like if you want to travel, many people think that, oh, it costs a lot of money to travel. Well, no, I travel for very cheap. I usually get a ticket, which is $150, and I usually try to use my 3-month visa. So I don't travel every week, or I don't travel every month. If I travel, I'll travel, take a ticket, and try to stay in the country I'm in for 3 months. So that way I can divide my ticket by 3 months. So that gives you my budget for the traveling. So let's do why I'm traveling lighter and how I'm traveling lighter. So I used to backpack in Yosemite, and this is when I started my backpacking with like a 20-kilo backpack. And I had 3 weeks of hiking. It was crazy. It was not something I suggest you should do. Definitely let go of things as much as you think. You're not gonna need everything. This is how I do it. I've got a list of different things that I'm carrying with me. And I'm going to do it with you right now, put everything on a scale and weight each item. So just so you know, I divided my my stuff in 4 different categories. You've got everything about the shelter, everything about the clothes, everything about technology, and everything about other things. I don't use food. I don't include food in this backpack. Number one, because I don't eat any more of this dehydrated stuff. I don't eat any more I don't even take my cacao with me or any nuts or whatever, because I'll just go to a country, I'll find what there is to eat there. And usually I try to focus on fruits and juices. So I don't even need to have a cooked a burner. I could, if I wanted to warm up my hot chocolate, but we're going to talk about that. Last time I did this video, I had this little thing talking about cooking thing. I had this little gadget, which allows you, if you could see it, to just put some gas, and then you can put your cup over it. Anyway, I don't need to open it, but you can put the cup over it and then slowly have a hot chocolate. Last trip, I did not use it. Last trip I went, I didn't use it. So it's like, why would I take it with me this time? Maybe will I? No, I won't use it. So if you know you're not going to use things, just don't take it with you. So that I'm not taking it. So I'll put the items I'm not taking somewhere over here, and I'll show it to you at the end. So let's start. First, the tent. Isn't that important? Where are you going to sleep? You got 2 options if you want to travel light. A tent, which is probably going to look like a mosquito net kind of thing, or a hammock, or nothing at all, and then you're just buying a bunch of hotels. That's up to you. If you're like me, you don't have a budget for hotels, well, then I suggest a tent. It's up to you, the hammock. I tried the hammock. I didn't sleep well in it, so I decided not to use the hammock anymore. I will show you my house. This is my house. Isn't it beautiful? It's like, this is how big it is. It's a one-person tent. I'll open it just to show you. But before actually I open it, because I must tell you, I've added a little rope in it. That's because I usually try to tie something over it to cover from the rain. So we'll put this on the side for now. And I will just like actually weight it. We're gonna weight it right now, okay? I'm gonna turn on the scale and I'm gonna take this bag before I show you the tent. I'm gonna put it on the scale. I'll show you actually, maybe even with the camera. Look at that. So you see it, and I'm putting it on. Can you see the weight? We're at 300 grams. 300 grams. This is just to say, if you find a tent that is lighter than 300 grams, a tent, of course, you can go without nothing. But if you find one without less than 300 grams, do let me know. I'm looking for something like that. So let me show you my whole house, which weighs, it weighs 300 grams, including the sticks. Look at that. Even the sticks in it, total 300 grams. 1, 2, 5 sticks. 5 sticks. And these sticks are carbon fiber. So they're actually the reason why they are very light. Let me show you the tent. So it is the best I've found over the years. And I will not put it back in the bag, so I'll just show you. It basically is, it's not expensive, it's $150, but it's like super good because it stays like for like 5 years, or like I've had those tents for 10 years before. Another tent like this, it's MSR. The brand MSR is really a good brand. And so just to show you how it is. It's not a tent with a cover on it. It's only this, and you put it on the floor like this, and then you just have just one spot, this one, against like a tree or against something. Like for example, I put my feet here. See, I'm holding it, and that's it. And then this goes like a triangle against the ground. And you just put your feet. See, this is all it is. It's basically like a mosquito net almost. This is not a whole tent. So the only thing with those kind of tents, and I'm just checking if there are any holes, but no, it's really good material. Very good material. I have used it even inside of like apartments when there are mosquitoes. It's really nice to have that because you've got the mosquito net. So basically, I would just always wrap it with my sticks, my rope, just to help carry. Actually, why do I use the rope? Let me show you. So this mesh is only a mosquito, okay? It's kind of a mosquito net. You did not see a tent cover over it because there's not. I don't use a tent cover anymore. What I use is this, which is kind of like a poncho. So you see, this is like the where you put the head. You can just like put it over yourself like this, and you got your poncho, right? So I use this when I'm in a country where it's raining a lot. I put this over my backpack, and oh hey Mara, how are you? I put this, I'm just gonna put myself in focus mode, but anybody can ask question. So oops. So I put this usually over the backpack, and I don't really need any more raincoat anymore. But I really like the poncho. It's really lightweight. And actually,
Oh,
the
yes.
reason why what? What's
Hey,
that?
sorry, I did not unmute. I did not
No,
mute
that's
myself.
cool. I have an open. There you go. So usually what I do is that I can use the poncho also for like put it on the floor. It happened especially when I was traveling that you go to the beach, you just take the poncho, put it on the floor, and you guys sleep on the beach with the poncho just so that the sand doesn't come. But if it rains, like for example, when I go to like tropical countries in Costa Rica, I would just use it as I would use the rope that I was showing so that if you see here, there are holes, and I've done this many times. It's bigger than my tent. So I usually take it and I put it over the tent. So you saw the tent earlier. I can show you again if you want to see. Bar. I think this is the most important part of traveling. It's the most important part of traveling, and like many people like, oh, it's kind of like get tents without looking at the weight of the tent. But so I was showing earlier, I scale every item, and this tent is 300 grams. So basically, that's my tent. It just goes on the floor, and then it's a triangle against the floor. So that's what I was showing. I use my poncho just to go over the mosquito net so that the water doesn't come. And the rest of the material, like the red part, is a little bit water resistant. So I'm not fully covered, but just enough. And 300 gram is, if anybody knows a tent that's like lighter than 300 gram, let me know. Because basically, I have not found anything like that. All I've found is most of the tent are like 800 gram. That's the one I had before, and I had to spend $1,500 for that because it's really lightweight. So most of the $20 or $80 tent, they're gonna like be 2 kilos. So that's a choice, you know. It's like for me, this is my house, and I spend money on my house. And so it cost $120. It's 300 gram. That's really nice. So like I was saying, I'm scaling everything on the scale, and I just did the tent. So I'm just writing it down, 315 gram. So 315 gram. I didn't do the poncho. Let's do the poncho. And I'm recording this video just to help also anybody who wants to like dive into the equipment for backpacking. So the poncho is 260 grams. So I'm just adding up. I put my thing here. It's 260 grams. This is important because when you add things up, like I'm about to show you a backpack that's just like I travel with only 5 kilo backpack, and I have everything I need. So the backpack itself, I want to talk about it because many people asked me about what backpack do I use. I used to have like huge backpacks. Can you actually hear it okay? The sound, yeah. So the one I have now is, you don't have the brand, but many people know the brand. This is Osprey. And I've tried a lot of bags from Osprey. So why I chose this one? It's because in the back, you do not have at the bottom. Sometimes when you look at the bottom, they have like little like additional like pockets here. I don't need that. So that removes a lot of weight. I still want from the bag the space that there is between like your back and where there's some air passing through. And these don't have metal in it. Like some of them have a lot of metal. This doesn't have metal, so it's lighter as well. It still has enough cushion, so it doesn't really hurt myself. Everything goes together. Like if you choose this backpack, it's a 38 liter. Okay, it's written here, but I don't know if it's possible to see here. Yeah, it's a 38 liters. You have usually 38, 48 and others. That's the lowest liter size one. And the reason why I choose this is because I'm going light. Like all of my stuff combined fits in it. But if you're going to be taking twice the amount of things to try to fit in a small bag, that's also ridiculous. Why? You're going to hurt yourself because that's not made to carry like 50 liters or whatever. So I like this backpack. Usually there's a lot of pockets in the front. Perfect. One thing I carry with me always, which maybe I shouldn't, is like this thing. Because I always like to hold my bag on a tree so that it doesn't get too wet, especially when I'm in the jungle. All right, so that's the backpack. I don't know how much it weighs. I tried. It's really hard to like weight this thing, but I'll put the scale on the floor. I think I do remember what's the weight of this thing, but I'll put it on the opposite like that. So I can see. Okay. And 1.1 kilo. 1.1 kilo. So that's not light, isn't it? Like if you think about it, even your backpack, it's already 1.1 kilo. You go to the airport and they're asking you, if you don't want to buy luggage, they're asking you to have less than 10 or less than 8 kilo. Your backpack is already 1.1. So just keep adding, you'll notice like what you can take or not. So 1.1 kilo. Now my sleeping bag. I'm just going through the shopping. Sleeping bag. So I used to have, depends where you're going. If I'm going to Yosemite or in California and I'm doing hiking like at very high altitude, I'll have another sleeping bag that's just like this size, almost double, but it's like an under sleeping bag, which is for -10, -15 degree Celsius, and it just weighs a lot. So this time I'm going to Costa Rica and Mexico, this area. So I know it's hot. I don't even need it. But the reason why I'm carrying it is because I'm not taking a sleeping pad. I don't carry this stuff anymore. I usually use my clothes if I need to put under myself. But you know what? In Costa Rica, it's so hot, you just sleep naked, that this will be my sleeping bag. So I'll just wait it just to see. Just put it here. So the weight of this one, 780 grams. So do you know that's a lot, 700 grams. Do I really need a sleeping bag? I will do it. I still do it. I haven't gotten over the sleeping bag yet. Still need it. So we'll take it, 780 grams. Okay, now how do I know one thing, anybody who goes to tropical countries, watch out because it gets wet. It gets wet quickly. This backpack is not waterproof resistant. I use my poncho to cover from the rain, but it's still not enough. In Costa Rica, where I was living, we have to go across the river. Sometimes the river goes up when it rains 3 or 4 meters high, and the bridges is gone. So you actually have to swim across the river to go somewhere. That has happened to me like almost like every 2 weeks in Costa Rica. So you do want to make sure that your backpack is waterproof. How do you do that? You don't buy a backpack that says it's waterproof because it's never going to be, but you buy a bunch of things inside of a bunch of things. So for example, I used to do like biking as well, like biking, just living on a bike. So I got this pocket, which is a transparent pocket, but it rolls at the top. And this at least, this is my money, my passport. At the same time, I can show how I carry it. Well, I just carry a little like plastic thing with my passport and my cards, and I don't even do any more wallet, whatever. Oh, I should show you my bathroom. This is my bathroom. So the bathroom is not so difficult. I don't know why I still carry this one, but I do like to cut my nails. That's personal. I got long hair, so I need to have like a brush now. I cut everything in half, as you notice. I always try to like lose weight. So this is my toothbrush. I also cut it. I cut everything so that I do not have to carry weight. This, I don't know why I took that. This is like a little screwdriver. Oh yeah, I took it because my camera got in the water last time. I had to go to Sony and they were like, oh, it's gonna take 4 weeks to repair your camera. All I needed to do was just open it and just let the water out. And so now I'm gonna carry this because you know what? If it's not heavy, if the computer or whatever gets wet, you can open it yourself. Don't go to a store. Oh, and this is for my tongue, like a scrape tongue, scraping the tongue. That's it. So that's done. Usually if I want to put something in my hair, I go to the country where I'm going to and I'm gonna get some coconut oil or some avocado and I'll just put it in my hair. But I don't have to carry the coconut oil with me in the pipe. So this we're gonna weight it. 195 gram. Okay, next. So I was talking about waterproof. How do I do waterproof? I use these bags. This is great. So this is how it works. You've got first your bag, which is supposedly water resistant, but it's never water resistant. Then you've got a second bag, which is quite big. I took one that's like 20 liters. So if you notice, this is 38 liters, this is 20. Why did I do that? It's because I'm just guaranteeing everything is gonna, so most of the electronics goes in this one. And then I usually put a little bit of clothes in that one. And I put some extra stuff in this one. Sometimes if I know I'm going to swim, I will put those screws inside of the big one. And I'll just make sure everything is as tight as possible. But it's always going to be wet sometimes. That's for the tropical countries. It's a special Costa Rica that I'm doing. What else? So the water bags. Oh, I didn't. Let me just like weight it. It's really light, but still, we're gonna weight everything. Almost there. 100 grams. Okay, 3 bags. 3 bags that you roll like this, 100 gram. I mean, I don't need to talk about the brand here, but the brand is C2 Summit. I used to be very brand person. I still am for my tent. So water bag, 100 gram. Okay, now we go on the clothes and then the take, and then that's good. No, one thing. People always take a pharmacy with them. I used to do that. I used to have emergency kit. No, don't take emergency kit. You don't need it because you're never going to use it. I even cut myself here. I don't know if people get to see. Yeah, I cut myself here with like a machete while I was opening a coconut. And well, I didn't use the kit. The only thing I use, which I'm still taking with me now, just in case I cut myself again, is just this blue thing, you know, which you can use your clothes with it if you just need like, you know, to like stop the bleeding or whatever, you can do that. I went to the pharmacy trying to ask for help and there was stuff that didn't even work. So in the end, I ended up like peeing on myself and holding it for like a week and a half. It just did the job. Of course, if you prefer hospital, you can. I don't know why I still use those. I still take those things for like the ticks, but I never had a tick. So I don't know. Maybe it happened. Yeah. The only thing I sometimes care is like, but I didn't use it either. It's like those like thing for the foot, you know, like you put behind your foot. Those are like called Compede. They're really good actually. They become another skin. And then I always have my emergency blanket. That at least I'll take it. Never used it, but I suggest to take it, especially if you know it's the end of the world. But that's it. So that's the biggest like emergency kit I have is mostly my emergency blanket. I just realized that I think all we need is just the inner fire. They just get warmer, basically. That's all we need. So how much it weight? Too much, 130 grams. But I'll take it. I'll take it also because if I have a problem, I can turn the emergency blanket into like a little tent. Anybody has done this before, you can make a tent, it's pretty nice. What else? My cup. Yeah, because I juice, so I do like my little cup. However, I don't juice in the small little thing. I usually cut watermelon in half, juice in the watermelon as a container, and pour it in here. Don't really need it, but I like my cup. 130 grams. Okay, great. This time, I'm going to bring some juice bag to everybody that I'm meeting on the way, because I made some juice bag from India. So I will be bringing a lot of juice bags that I'm just distributing. So I have to weight this thing, but whatever. How much is it? 150 grams. Oh my God. But that's like, you know, it's like good karma. 150 grams. And there's a fruit bag with it too. Like, you know, this one, which is nice for the fruits on the way. Okay. The clothes and then the tape. Almost there. Wow, I'm trying to get it in 45 minutes. This is like a stretch. All right, what do I need for clothes? Well, I was like, you know, trying this on because I just got it. You should see, I just got it. I got things and then I just send them back. That's really bad, but because I just need to know, like, okay, this is okay. This is the only thing I'll take. And then I've got my pants, which usually, you know, you have them as a short if you remove the thing here, you know, it just creates like a short. So those clothes, when you're waiting your stuff for like the airplane, you don't need to weight the clothes, all of them. Why? Because you're going to carry them on you. And the little trick, if you really don't want to pay extra, is like, that's what happens sometimes. When I was like, you know, 11 kilos backpack, because that happens, I was never at 8 kilos. Now I am. But, you know, 11 kilos, you're like, oh, I really want this stuff. Well, the best is just like take every pockets you've got on you and just put everything in every pocket on you. And then you just go with your like 7-kilo backpack to the airport attendant. That's just how I do it. Even if it looks like you carry like 5 kilos on you, they won't notice really. And then you don't have to pay. So what do I take with me? A towel, a very big towel, so big. There it is. It's a very small towel. How much does it weigh? Gosh, is it also 100 grams? Wow, 100 grams, 110 grams. This is crazy. Could you imagine when you add up things? Okay, so that I take it. Now I always do this. So I carry under, you know, the like clothes that are keeping you warm at night. Even if it's the tropics, like I still gonna take that with me. That's the only clothes I take. And this, that's it. I never take two things of the same thing. Always one thing of each. Not two underwear, not two socks. I don't even take socks. This is the top. How much does it weigh? 230 grams. Clothes is the worst. So that's the, what is it? The under top. 230 grams. Oh my God. I can't believe it. This is the same thing, but for the pants, 230 grams as well. Oh, wow. Jeez. Okay, next we've got the neck stuff. So this is great. I always carry it with me. This is kind of like, you know, if you want a beanie, but very lightweight. You can use it like, you know, I could finish the video like that. That's great. So how much does it weigh? 46 grams. 46 grams. And then we always, I don't know why I take this one too. I know I could, this one's really warm. This one is more like to cut the wind. And I think in Costa Rica, I like it better, but at night, I might do that sometimes. So this one is also probably, no, heavier, 60 grams. 60 grams. My underwear, just one underwear. I don't even need it, but it's just in case people, like, you know, I need to like put something on if I go to the ocean. So some 75 grams. And then the clothes that I have on me. So that's what I have on me. One shirt. I always take just one sweater, which is like polar kind of sweater. You could take like smart wool, Smart wool is great. It's expensive. Yeah, I always take the hat on me. Might not carry the hat this time. I don't know yet. And I always have the. This is like 12 years old. I have not actually like bought a new one. It's still the best, Patagonia. That's when I used to love the branding, you know. But Patagonia is really good. So 12 years, you know, like I don't even want another one because it's so good. So I don't need to scale it. I don't need to weight it right now because I'm wearing it with me. So that too, I'm gonna wear it. That too, I'm gonna wear it with me. That. So I don't need to do that. Will I take another shirt? No. Headphones, you're gonna carry it on you, so you don't need to scale them. So now we just have one more thing and then we're good. Technology. So that's not like easy for me, but for some people it's very easy, you know. But for me it's not. I think everybody has technology nowadays. So this is the computer, is right there. I'm just gonna wait it, okay? Let's see. Wait. Ah, it explains it. Don't move. Oh, it just exploded. Everything just exploded. Is it really that heavy? Oh my God. Sorry, but it's kind of heavy. But I still want you. Wait, is it the wrong unit? Oh, it's the wrong unit. Come on. I mean, I don't understand the thing in America. Okay, what's that? That's gram? No. Ah, you just give it to me. Damn, sorry about that. Oh, okay. 1 kilo 300. That's it. 1 kilo 300. Okay. So yeah, I'm lucky because I got this computer, which is 1 kilo 300. I know some people have like a very heavy computer, but I chose this one too because of the weight of it. Everything I do when I buy it, I just choose because of the weight of it. I wish I could show you the lens that I have for the camera, because this is a real camera. I'm not using my phone. I have a Sony a7S II camera. I know the weight of it, so I can write it down. So the Sony camera is the body of the camera, 700 grams. The lens of the camera, which is just in front, is that big. Is a circle, and it's that small. And I made sure it was very light, so the lens is only 120 grams. The and then the computer. We said the computer is like 1,300 grams, so 1 kilo 300 grams. I used to do that before. I don't know why I did that, but I just bought those, you know, like headphones, thinking it's gonna be cool. I barely use them, so I will not take them with me this time. It's like too heavy. 440 grams, too heavy. I don't know why, but I'm going to still take that because I'm going to Costa Rica and I'm filming things, you know, for the family. But this is underwater camera. It's a little heavy, but so much worth it. I'll take it. Just show you how like my bag is actually really light if you remove the tape. This is a 140-gram camera. So this is the other camera, 140 gram, 45 gram. There we go. What else? The phone, you don't have to scale it because it's gonna be on you. Batteries, this is very important. Like if you don't take like battery pack with you, like when you go to the jungle, you're gonna cry because there's always gonna be solar energy not working, even if most communities have solar energy. So you charge your batteries and you still have like 1 day of battery. Both of the batteries together, this is 2 batteries, that's about 2-3 days of power, 300 grams. I know it's heavy, but I take it because that's very important. 300 grams. I don't know why, but this time I dropped some other things and I decided to put some new things in. So I'm like, oh, you know what? I kind of want to have the music. So 170 grams. Wow, I didn't even list it. 170 grams. That's crazy. Do we need a headlamp? Huh, last time I took it in Costa Rica, I got it stolen. Now I'm like, should I take another one? It's a bike headlamp. But maybe 39 gram. Let's put 40 gram. There we go. I take microphones with me because I shoot stuff. If anybody's interested in microphones or wants to record music on the go, this is obviously what I'm using. These are the Rhodes, if anybody knows them, wireless. They're wireless little thing that you can put on people if you want to interview anybody or if you want to record some sounds. It's not that heavy and it's really beautiful sound, so I like it. That's 150 gram. 150 gram. Yeah, something not to forget is this part. Like, and that's actually sad because it's not the right plug because I'm in Europe and the one in America is different. But always carry this. Do not carry it because that has the real power for your computer. So this is different than the 1.3 kilo. This is heavy, 146 gram. Where did I put it? So many things. 145 gram. If you have a camera, you're obviously going to take some battery, the batteries of the camera. You're probably going to also take a charger for the batteries of the camera. So total is like 120 gram. There we go. If you are going to, well, this is like me coming from a techie. I can say it to everybody. You always want to have a plug that has like 2 USBs. You might want to get 2 of them. I get one plug that's like already the one for America. I've got a lot of them. And one plug that's Europe. And the reason why I keep my European plug is because if you actually look at how much it charges out, like the output voltage, you'll notice that it's powerful. Some of them are like less powerful, like some of them, even the one from Apple or whatever, like sometimes they will not output a lot. And this is important. Why? Because when you go to the jungle, or let's say you travel, you're going to Starbucks or a cafe, you want to recharge your stuff, you need to recharge quick. So here's my trick to recharge very, very quick. The quickest is this. Take your charger with your computer charger, because this outputs like multiply by a lot. And then you take a USB hub. And if you use USB-C, it's really fast. The shorter the cable, the faster the juice. So if you have this, you can charge a lot of equipment. Just plug it in the wall and charge this. In 1 hour, you got a lot of equipment charged. That's magical. So the USB hub, 26 gram. That I did it. I don't know why I take that, but I might not take it this time. This is a drive in case you shoot stuff and you want some footage. Sometimes your computer is like too small, so you need to like offload the footage. But I might not take it. 200 gram. 200 gram. I'm not taking this one, you know? How do you not carry less stuff, you know? The camera, oh yeah, I said it, 700 gram. I think I'm done, almost. The lens, the tripod, well, the tripod is about 300 gram, I think. All right, so we're almost there. Oh, and finally, the rain pins. I don't know if I am going to take those 2 items left. This is the rain pant. This is just really like beautiful, amazing, especially because, so let's see the weight, 250 grams. That's a lot. That's a lot. I'm just writing it here, 250 grams. And then this one is my jacket, rain jacket, but I told you there's a poncho already, so why would I take a rain jacket? Maybe for the wind, 250 grams. See, I'm not gonna take it. But what about the rain pants? The reason why I might take the rain pant is because I know last time I was in my tent and it became raining crazy. And when it rained crazy, it could get in the tent and then it gets into everything. And that was great because I could like cover myself even more. So that's it. All right, should I do the total or? Oh, I forgot to say a few more things. This is like the tripod thing. And I'm going all the way. So the tripod, 60 gram. And then this is what I bought. I suggest everybody does that. You don't need 3 of them. You just need 2 of them probably. You know, those little adapter, plug adapter for like Europe if you want. Well, that's 5 grams, so that's okay. Okay, and then you've got cables, you know, so just you still need to put your cables on the scale. Don't forget them because they weigh something, you know, you add them all. And then you're like, oh, that's a lot. 120 grams. That's a lot, you know. All the cables together. Okay, I'm good. I got everything. Let's do the math, I think. Well, okay, and I'm not gonna put in my bag, but how about if you want more? I was just doing like the whole like rundown. Now I'm gonna do my calculation, but just question. You can unmute, you know.
Oh, that was great. Yes, I do have one question.
Yeah, go ahead.
What about shoes? Maybe you said it before I arrived, but what kind of shoes do you use? Because you said you're not using socks. So I'm curious about that.
Yeah, sure. I do. You want me to show you my shoes? I mean, they're small shoes. Like they are just. I can bring them to you, but I got the. Well, I had an accident with Gaurav in India, and my shoes got ripped off. So I was like, oh my god, what am I doing? But then it also told me, I was like, oh, well, I don't need shoes. So I ended up like buying some weird shoes in the country.
Okay.
And I just carried them with me the whole time. I even brought them back here, but because I don't have money really, you know, to buy shoes all the time. But sometimes, like, you know, it's $10 pair of shoes. You can buy them in another country, but they don't let you in the airport. I noticed. I tried. They don't. I mean, LA Tom tried as well. It doesn't. Yeah, it's hard. You still need shoes in the airport sometimes.
Okay.
So carry some shoes with you.
Okay, and then you can exchange them for something you find that it's maybe more comfortable.
Well, it's for me. It's always been more comfortable if I buy them online, or if I try them before I travel.
Okay.
Whatever I find in the country I'm going to is usually not going to be good.
Okay.
Yeah, especially India, Costa Rica, they don't have really good shoes, you know, especially if you're like, you know, like a barefoot shoes kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, I understand. Okay.
Oh, how's your fast going?
Nice. It was.
I got a headache.
Okay. Not today. Okay. But is it common that you get headaches in one day fasting or not?
What?
Is it common that you feel like this?
No, I must have eaten. No, I must have like eaten some bad stuff, and like it's trying to like heal me right now.
Okay.
I'm doing the math real quick.
Yeah.
60. Is there anything? How do you travel usually? Did you ever like weight your whole bag?
Yes, but I have not traveled as light as you have. That's next level for me. That's why it's interesting to see. I actually had problems with here in the caravan, thinking, okay, what clothes do I take? What don't I take? And I already took too much. Too much.
I learned a lot by just weighting everything.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I used to not do that, but now I'm like.
No, but if you have to carry it all the time, then you must.
Yeah, and I want to be able to like travel easy. Oh my god, it's going up! It's going up! It's going up!
Oh yeah.
Almost there.
Yeah. You will remember this moment if it's too heavy.
Oh my god! Ah, it's going too much up. No, still 2 more numbers. Okay. and plus 150. Oh my God. I don't know if you could see the numbers.
No, it's a bit, what? It's 8 kilograms.
7,900, just under 8 kilos. Wow. So I can travel,
It's good.
but I'm 50 grams. But you know, I'm 7,900 grams, 7.9 kilo. If I remove my, like I said, if I don't take the ring, that's minus 250. I'm 7.7.
But at what weight do you want to get?
Huh?
How much do you want to take? How much weight? Because I thought 10 was the max.
I mean, the funny thing is that, you know, just remember that number, 7.7, you know, 7.7. I'm just going to add up just the technology step. 120,
Okay.
120, 100, 260, like that. We're almost there. Plus 145, plus 26, plus 14, 114, plus 170. Okay, there we go. So that's the text, that's the technology.
Oh, okay.
So what is it? What was it I was saying?
So you said 7.7.
So 7,000 minus 3,800. Normally my bag should be that without technology.
Okay.
3 point less than 4 kilos. But it's not. Yay! Oh, well, I think I can talk about one last thing before I close, before the Kickstarter thing. But I always do this too. So there's some actual additional things that paperwork. So things I don't need to show on camera. But things that I need to show, I need to talk about that quickly. When I go and I travel, well, it's live. I won't make it public until I'm in the country, but that video. But usually what I do is like they ask you for return ticket. So whenever it comes to like, they always want to know where you're going. So I always try to book a hotel. So this is what I do. I go and I print my Gmail confirmation from the hotel and I cancel right after. That's just to explain why I'm going to the country. And then for my booking, oh, okay, that's like not saying to anybody, okay? So nobody's seeing that video anyway. So this is a flight return ticket. It says reservation is confirmed, but in reality, it doesn't show the camera. Come on. The reservation is confirmed, but in reality, it didn't say that. It said you have to pay. It said your reservation is pending. You have to pay for it. You know, you can reserve ticket, like they tell you, hey, you can lock your fee for 24 hours. So that's what I do. Then they give you an email saying, oh, you have to pay. I'm a coder developer, you know, so it's easy for me, but I just go to right click on Google Inspector, and then you just, on HTML, you can change that line that says your reservation is confirmed. You could just put whatever you want. And, you know, you could just put whatever you want. And then you just print that from the Gmail page. I could show it how it works, but it's really easy because otherwise people are selling it to you, maybe some air ticket, or maybe you actually have to spend the money, wait for it to refund. And sometimes those tickets, cancelable tickets, they're like $400 or $600. I can't do that. So I think that's just fine. Because basically the thing you don't want to do is print a return ticket that is not a return ticket. Like something you go in Photoshop and you just like change the code, don't do that. Because that reservation code, that airline, that time it flies and everything is just right. And they could check in the airport. So what you want to do though is just show them that your reservation is confirmed. They just want to see it's confirmed. They don't need the ticket. They just need to know it's confirmed. And maybe the price that you paid for it. So if it says you haven't paid yet, that's bad. So make sure you go into the Google Chrome inspector and type it's paid. That's it. Yeah. All right. No. You're good?
I'm good.
That's traveling on the cheap, you know? And I said that to people, like, my flight ticket, I started with this video saying $150 is my flight ticket. I live on welfare. I don't live on a lot of money. I don't travel every 2 weeks. When I buy a flight ticket, I buy for 3 months. I stay in the country for 3 months. So it's just like dividing 150 by 3, you know, that's just like my transporting budget per month. Yeah. And I don't pay for rent. I don't. It might happen sometimes, but if I have a flight, like that happens for my flight in Barcelona, or you know, sometimes you have to take some flights, whatever. I've learned my way. If you want a cheap ticket, it might be best not to take a 70 hours flight because they're always bad. They're always so badly connected. But you can just look at which flight it's starting before you arrive, like the destination, from where. This is what you want to know. So for example, I need to go to Miami, and it says that from Barcelona is when I get the cheapest fare. So now instead of like starting from where I'm at, like Paris, France, I'll just like go look for how much it costs from Barcelona. And it's cheap, you know. So then I just buy the Barcelona flight, that's it. And then I'll figure out how to get to Barcelona. And to go to Barcelona is $20 for me, and I can just book it a day or 2 days before. So if I want to relax, I can relax. If I don't want to relax, I'm in a rush and I want to go somewhere, I do not do what I used to do before, especially in India, because that's the worst. Like to go outside the airport, to go in a hotel for the night, to wait for another thing or whatever. That's ridiculous. It's very expensive in taxis and cabs and all that. Just sleep in the airport. Nobody bothers. Yeah. I sleep in the airport. I take my tent. A lot of airport, actually, you can go outside and there's some grass area. And I just put my tent at the airport. Yeah. That's it.
I would not do that. I think I would just stay in the banks and stuff.
Yeah, but it's not very comfortable inside. Inside there, honestly, I sleep better outside in my tent. But I've done the inside before.
Yeah.
It's just so much light everywhere.
Oh, yeah, right. I also can't sleep well with light.
Yeah.
Like chicken. But cool.
Okay,
Interesting.
cool.
Thanks.
That's it. Yay. Keep traveling light.
Yay.
Don't carry the shit. See you later. Oh yeah.
See you later.